You had some very competitive guys out there today, and it showed. I thought we got the best of them in the first half, and obviously they did a really good job in the second half of getting the best of us. We did some good things. I thought we really shared the basketball defensively in the first half. I thought we were really, really locked in and made things really tough for RJ, who, as you guys know, is probably one of the toughest guys to guard in our league. Good game for us. I thought there was a segment of about 2 minutes where we kind of got away from us a little bit. We had a couple things didn't go our way, and we didn't respond well on both ends of the floor. And obviously they got away. But it's a good team on their home floor, and we did some good things. We just got to try to figure out how to build on it and move on to our next game, which, as you guys know, is a quick turnaround. Like, we might be the only team in America that's ever played Carolina on Saturday and Duke on Monday without it being a tournament situation. So, questions?
Kevin, you mentioned that 2 minute span where you had trouble. What were the biggest problems?
Well, I think our shots weren't falling. And in college basketball, guys can tend to get a little frustrated when your shots are not falling. And obviously I think it hurt us defensively. When you look at it, and this is not a complaint, so I don't want anybody to print it. When you look at the difference of the game, getting to the free throw line 27 times and us 16, it makes a big difference because it slows the game down. You're able to get some shots to go in without having to score with your offense.
I mean, you said shots aren't falling, but you go 10 minutes without a basket, 15 straight misses. I mean, there has to be a point in your head where you're wondering what's going on out there, especially some of those were tip-ins and layups and things that you would expect to go in.
Yeah, and the good thing about it, Luke, is they wasn't setting the world on fire when we were missing. Also, they were missing some shots too, but that's a long stretch where we just didn't have anything, and it completely DJ Burns not being on the floor kind of doesn't give us the ability to score the ball inside, and also he's one of our better passers also. And so both Mo and Ben are more pick and pop guys, pick and roll dudes, so we didn't have anybody to play through, and then it was able to obviously to lock onto our guards. I thought they did a good job in the second half with their ball screen coverage, staying with DJ Horn a little bit more. Jaden Taylor's had 3 really fantastic games, but we did have that stretch which I thought really bothered us a little bit.
Kevin, you've had stretches this season where you've played as well as you did in the first half today. You've also had some stretches like the second half. What do you think is the biggest reason for the inconsistency that you guys have had trying to put together 40 minutes all season?
I think the other teams have a little to do with it. They play good defense, and just as well as we will defend at times. I think sometimes teams take away your strengths. Some of it is on us. Obviously, shots are not falling, and the guys that we need to make shots, we don't. Our shot makers, we don't have a lot of those guys. Even though we got a bunch of guys on our team, but we got 2 or 3 guys that really have to get going. And if they struggle a little bit doing those segments, we struggle.
Coach Keatts, in that second half, did it feel like your guys kind of tried to run a little bit with North Carolina as far as in transition, fast breaks, and maybe ran out of gas in certain points in those stretches where it's hard to score?
I don't. You look at the fast break, I was mad at halftime because they had 6. Well, they finished with 6. And so I don't think it had anything to do with us running in transition or them running in transition. I just thought that RJ made some really good plays, and honestly, the MVP of their team for the night was Cadeau. I mean, he got in the lane. He made great plays. 15 points and 7 assists. I thought he really did a good job of controlling the game.
The poise in the first half was impressive with just one turnover, getting the shots you want. Could you tell that the guys were a little rattled? In the second half, that poise was kind of slipping away?
I didn't think we ever got rattled. I just thought we stopped missing shots. I thought we got shots. I thought we did some good things. I thought we moved the ball a little bit. I just think we didn't make shots, but I didn't see anybody that I thought got rattled.
Despite everything, it was a 73-68 game. I don't know what the time was, not a lot, but tough call on Jaden at that point. But good contest, but maybe a foul there. So.
Yeah, you're talking about the one with R.J. Davis at the top. Yeah, that was more Casey, and I think it fouled him out of the game. It was a tough call. I will not comment on it until I go look at it, but I don't know if it's a foul, but they called it a foul.
But you were there within 5 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even despite it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this question was asked earlier or not, but 2 games remaining. What's the message to the team in the locker room and what you still have to play for?
Just keep fighting. I mean, heck, we got a bunch of people that's clogged up right now. I mean, you know, we go on the road to Florida State, and it's a really good basketball team. Play great at home. They go on the road to Georgia Tech today and lose. I haven't seen any other any other scores, but this is probably, in my opinion, in my 7 years in this league, the most balanced that I've seen in the league. And it's crazy because on any given night, anybody can beat you. And the teams who may have 4 or 5 wins, their 4 or 5 wins happen to be against the top half of the league. And it's so much parity. So, you know, we have to focus on, you know, obviously our next opponent, which is Duke. I'm doing a little live scout where I'm talking to you guys right here. But also, you know, our focus has to be Duke, and then obviously our last game on the road against Pitt, and then you got to prepare yourself for the ACC tournament because it is completely tight. It's a tight race. And it's a lot, even though you think, you know, every team's going to have about 2 games left after this. And these 2 games could go any way. They really could. I used to, you know, 3-4 years ago, you could look at a team that was struggling and say, you know what, this is a guaranteed win for that school going into that. There's none of them. Like, you don't know. The only time I realize what the scores are and look at it, I get to my phone and I realize, man, someone lost that didn't supposed to win, or that we say that. And so I think our focus, Corey, is, you know, we got to have short-term memory. I mean, that's all. I mean, you know, I hope this game, I need Virginia to come back and this game to go into triple overtime. You know, I mean, that's it. And obviously look like they're playing great themselves.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.